Welcome back to the channel, everybody, to Hutch's Homestead, which is made possible by Yahweh, our Elohim, the Most High. And today, I got a special guest here. I got a buddy of mine who moved to Dallas. We actually met when I was living out in North Carolina, in Wilmington. And he moved out to Dallas a few, like 6 months ago?
About 4 months. Yeah.
4 months?
Yeah.
And he hit me up and he was like, I know you got a homestead. So before the weather gets kind of crappy and cold, he wanted to come out and do some homesteading with me, some projects we were taking on. And so today we're down in one of our draws on the property between two hills, and we're gonna clear out. That's an old water heater that I replaced, and I brought it out here because this is gonna turn into my shooting range. So our plan today, you can see a slight trail here that was just done a little bit. I went through it a little bit, but basically today what we're gonna do is we're going to come out and try to clean this up a little bit. And so we could get out, set up some targets, clear this out as much as we can, because I believe at one point this is probably kind of clear. Just be careful, these sticker bushes here, they'll get stuck into you, which they're already doing to me. And that's exactly why I want to come through and clear this up. So we got the chainsaws. Oh man, I got them between my legs right now. All right. And so we want to come through, we got the chainsaws, cut up some of these big branches that might be in the path here, and see kind of how far back we can get, and kind of clear some of this out to see how far back we can go. And because it kind of creates a natural barrier, because it's probably about 50 to 60 feet up in the back there and a berm, so it kind of creates like our own natural little barrier here, which is perfect for target practice, shooting and everything. And I've been meaning to do this, but with everything else going on, I haven't had time to do that yet. So we were actually going to burn that big burn pile today, but the wind, we have like 40-mile-an-hour gusts, and if we start a fire and the embers fly out and start a massive fire, it wouldn't be good. So we're gonna set up the camera and we're gonna start cutting and then drive the tractor through and see what we can clean up. And so stick around and see what we get into. Okay, so far we brought the tractor in, brush hogged up. Kevin's been cutting along the border with the chainsaw. We cleared up to that log over there. Let's see, we zoom in a little bit there. Cleared up to that down log there, which we can use, and can't really go much further through there unless we start cutting through all those. There's 2 more down trees behind it, and the slope of the angle right now, or slope of the angle, it's the slope of the hill on either side will kind of make it a little bit tough. I mean, I could hold it up with the tractor and cut and keep going, but right now we're just going to kind of use that, I think, as a backdrop. So right now this is kind of how it looks. We kind of came up through here, and there's 2 like little I don't know what they're called, but these, I don't know if you could tell, there's like a mini ravine, kind of where water runoff runs down and through this, and it's kind of a little bit of a pain to cut through. I don't know if you guys can even tell, but it's a little deeper down here, as you can see there. But the tractor was getting stuck, so I had to kind of use the locking diff on it to get up over it and try to brush hog at the same time. It's a little finicky, but we got through it. And so right now I think I'm probably about 30 yards from right about this point. From that tree, it's about 15 yards maybe. So got a decent pistol range. If we go back a little bit further, we might have to clear out some of this stuff. But again, it's on the ravine right here is, 3 foot, 2.5, 3 foot drop right there. So I can't really back in with the brush hog too much. And we got a couple old stumps I don't really want to hit and some bigger down trees. So that seems like it might be a good point for right here. We'll see if we go grab some guns or we keep cutting up some more stuff. But yeah, hang around and see if we continue on cutting through or trimming up, and we'll keep going from there. So he's just cutting through, clearing up on the side here. Now you're caught in the thistles. Stuff's no joke. But what we're doing is he's just clearing up some of these branches he cut, so that way when we want to set up targets over here, it'll be a little bit easier to access and moving them out of the way. But dragging shit out. And the problem is we were thinking about going back further past that berm there, but we really need like a mini X to help pick up these logs and then move them to side, because I can only pick up them with a tractor and drop them basically. So there's not much point there. So really this is just kind of where we're going to be probably for the time being. And then the slopes kind of come on each side really aggressively. So it makes it a little bit hard. It would make it a little bit hard to then get the tractor with the brush hog to go in to clear it back anymore. We'd really need like a mini X and or a skid steer to kind of push up through here a little bit more on some tracks. But nice, beautiful day, good breeze, just messing around in the woods. So we'll head back out, and we might go into the other pasture and cut that up and then come back here and dump some rounds. So we'll go head over to the other one and I'll show you guys that one since I've been talking about it for a while. So I'll see you guys shortly. Got Farmer Joe over here. First time on a tractor. And now he's running the brush hog. He's a natural. All right, guys. So we went and we just headed out of the draw over there on the other side of the property from clearing out where we wanted to put that that shooting range, spot in. And right now, what we're going to do is we are going to go start tackling this massive big pasture. It's only about an hour till sundown, hour and a half to sundown. So what Kevin's doing right now, I'm having him spot for me. He's driving around the perimeter. I haven't been in here with the brush hog or anything yet. He's looking for down logs, huge rocks, stumps, anything that could be out in this pasture, which we know is a lot of it, but basically anything that could screw me up. And so he's just coasting around, scouting out for me right now, being my eyes. I'm gonna come into this pasture, and I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try putting the GoPro on my head and see if it'll document this. So I'm gonna put that on, we'll see how it goes, and I'm gonna start hugging it. And so let's see if this works. So I apologize in advance if the video sucks, but I'm gonna give it a shot, and hopefully it comes out pretty well. We'll see what happens. So I'm gonna give it a shot putting the GoPro on my head, and we'll see what happens. So again, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us so far. Beautiful day out here. It's about, I don't know, 72 degrees and a nice breeze. Absolutely beautiful day out here in Northwest Arkansas. And so I'm just excited to even be out here with the heat break and really enjoying it right now. So I'm just taking a second to appreciate it and to soak it all in and letting Kevin have fun on the four-wheeler for a little bit. He's enjoying it for sure. So let him cruise around, and then I'm gonna head out there right now. Some work though, that's for sure. All right. So we made it to the top of this other pasture, and as you're going to see in the time lapse, we've just been cutting down a bunch of these persimmon trees that are kind of blocking the path. I could take down a couple of them at a time, but with how dense they are up here, the brush hog would bog down and it would stop. So we took out the chainsaw and we've been cutting them, as you've seen. Probably cut 60, 70 of these already. Maybe I'm over exaggerating, but it's been at least 50. I'm gonna say at least 50 so far. We probably got another 30. Well, actually, we keep going. There's probably another a bunch. There's a lot. Well, maybe I'll show you all these through here. You can see the pile we did right there, and then we got to go all those. We're probably gonna cut down that tree. That tree's dead. There's our pond, nice and dirty, because we have to cut down all these sycamore trees. Sycamore trees love the water, so they're sucking that pond dry. And yeah, so we have to cut all down all those, which we're not going to get to that today, I don't think. Sorry if the sun was in the background. Maybe I'll talk into it this way. Absolutely beautiful up on this part of the property here. Beautiful wind, and just hanging out until Kevin. So Kevin's down because the chain started loosening up and we forgot to bring up the screw thing to tighten the chain. So Kevin went down with the four-wheeler to grab the tool, because I forgot to put it back in the toolbox, because that's typically what I do. I forget to do stuff. And but yeah, so you can see actually that's our house down through there. Don't know if you can tell or not, but we're up on the other pasture, which I'm always on that one over there, on that other hill. So that's when I'm always mowing, and you can get the nice views and stuff. But we got to cut down all these and then make it all the way down the other side of the hill. And yeah, so just a quick update. Kevin's making up back up the hill right now. So we got a little bit of time left. It's been like 30 or 40 minutes. We got another half hour of sunlight left. So pretty much that's it right now. But yeah, we're gonna keep cutting all this stuff down. These persimmon trees, and yeah, we should be finishing up pretty soon. So keep hanging out, and we'll keep working. Ready to head back down. All right, so we just got done coming out of the top pasture, as you saw in the video, me driving down on the tractor. We did one pass, semi around the perimeter. How was it, do you think, Kevin?
It was rough, but it was good. We got a lot done.
Yeah.
Might not look like it, but there's a lot done.
Yeah, so basically we cleared down, I forgot to hit record on the second portion of it, but we ended up clearing out probably 100 persimmon trees, saplings. So that are probably, I don't know, probably a year old. What do you think, Amber? Year and a half, 2 years old. And like I said, they're a little bit too big for the brush hog to take down. And it's not even as much as a brush hog, but last time I went over them and they kicked up, they cracked the hydraulic line of the tractor, so I'm trying not to do that again. So we went down and we chopped them, and then we put a huge pile up there. But that's all at the top of that hill. And I think it's going to be a beautiful evening. I think we're going to have a good sunset tonight, I think. So we're going to go make a fire up top, hang out, relax, shower and eat. Maybe we'll shower and eat, then go up and make a fire and hang out. But we got some more stuff to do tomorrow. He's here for one more day, so we'll get back to it tomorrow. I'll see how long this video turns out. I might turn out as one video or make it a two-part series. We'll see what we get into. But otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much it for today. So appreciate you guys hanging out with us, checking out Kevin, getting to ride the four-wheeler, and we get through brush hogging and taking care of some homestead stuff here. We know we need to get that pasture cleaned up because that's where we're probably gonna end up putting the bull when we get the cattle next year. That'll be his section. Then that other top pasture will be for some cows. And then the front one, which we were down where the shooting range that we put in, that's gonna be for sheep to rotate through. So that's our plan right now. It's a work in progress. Still got probably about another 7 to 8 months to a year worth of work to get this place up and running. But appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.